Overthinking is one of the most common mental traps of the modern age. You replay conversations in your head, analyze what could go wrong, and get lost in endless what-ifs. Before long, you're exhausted, but no closer to peace or clarity. The ancient Stoic philosophers who lived over 2,000 years ago wrestled with the same human tendency. They understood how easily the mind can become tangled in its own thoughts, and they developed timeless techniques to calm the storm. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotion or becoming indifferent. It's about gaining mental clarity and control. Through discipline and perspective, Stoics learned to respond wisely instead of reacting impulsively. Here are 7 Stoic habits that can help you stop overthinking and master your mind. 1. Focus only on what you can control. Some things are in our control and others not. Epictetus. At the core of Stoicism lies a simple but transformative idea. Control what you can, accept what you can't. Most overthinking comes from obsessing about things outside our control. What others think, what might happen tomorrow, or what's already in the past. Epictetus, a Stoic teacher who began life as a slave, taught that peace begins when we draw a line between what's ours to influence and what isn't. You can control your actions, your words, your judgments, your effort. You can't control other people's opinions, the outcome of events, the passage of time. When you overthink, ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, release it. If it's yes, focus on what action you can take right now. This shift transforms anxiety into empowerment because it reminds you that you're never powerless, just misdirected. Stoic habit. Start each morning by writing down one thing within your control and one thing that's not. Commit to focusing only on the first. 2. Practice the view from above. Consider frequently the connection of all things in the universe. Marcus Aurelius. Overthinking often comes from being trapped inside your own head, zoomed in on problems until they feel enormous. The Stoics used a mental exercise called the view from above to regain perspective. Imagine rising above yourself, first above your room, then your city, your country, and finally the planet itself. From this cosmic vantage point, your worries shrink. You see your situation as part of a vast, interconnected world, where most of your fears are fleeting. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, used this visualization to manage stress and responsibility. He reminded himself that fame, success, and failure are all temporary within the scale of eternity. This doesn't mean your problems don't matter, but it helps you realize they are manageable, not monumental. Stoic habit. When you feel overwhelmed, pause for 1 minute and visualize your life from the view from above. Ask, will this matter in 5 years? 10? Most of the time, the answer brings calm clarity. 3. Train yourself to live in the present moment. Confine yourself to the present. Marcus Aurelius. Overthinking pulls your mind backward to regrets or forward to fears. The Stoics taught that the only moment we ever truly possess is now, and that's where our power lies. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily to act as if you were living for the last time. For the Stoics, mindfulness wasn't a trendy idea. It was a survival skill. They practiced awareness of the present not by meditating on a cushion, but by fully engaging in whatever task was before them, whether writing, eating, or leading an army. By focusing your energy on the present moment, you stop wasting it on imagined futures. The Stoics weren't trying to predict life. They were preparing to meet it as it came. Stoic habit. Use a grounding ritual. When you catch yourself overthinking, name one thing you can see, one thing you can hear, one thing you can do right now. This simple shift returns your mind to the only place it can make a difference, the present. 4. Reframe your thoughts with reason. It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things. Epictetus. A cornerstone of Stoic wisdom is cognitive reframing, what we now call cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, a method directly inspired by Stoic philosophy. Epictetus taught that we suffer not because of events, but because of the stories we tell ourselves about those events. For example, I made a mistake, so I'm a failure. They didn't text back, they must dislike me. These are interpretations, not facts. Stoicism teaches you to challenge them with reason. I made a mistake, but I can learn from it. They might be busy, I can't know their thoughts. By questioning your initial judgments, you replace rumination with rationality. Stoic habit. When overthinking, write down your anxious thought. Then ask, 1. Is this 100% true? 2. What's another possible explanation? 3. What's the Maser? 1. Is this 100% true? 2. What's another possible explanation? 3. What's the most useful way to see this? This simple exercise trains your mind to respond with wisdom instead of worry. 5. Journal for clarity, not for catharsis. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive. Marcus Aurelius. The Stoics were prolific journalers. Marcus Aurelius' Meditations, one of the greatest philosophical works ever written, was never meant for publication. It was his private exercise in self-mastery. Journaling for Stoics wasn't just emotional dumping. It was a tool for clarity, a way to untangle the knots of thought. Writing helps externalize your inner dialogue, transforming vague worries into structured reasoning. When you write, you create distance between yourself and your thoughts. You stop identifying with them and start analyzing them. This helps you notice patterns of overthinking before they spiral. Stoic habit. Each night, journal briefly using these prompts. What went well today? What didn't go well? And why? What can I do differently tomorrow? This reflection turns overthinking into self-improvement, a Stoic's favorite transformation. 6. Accept discomfort and uncertainty. Do not seek for events to happen as you wish, but wish for them to happen as they do. Epictetus. A major source of overthinking is resistance, wishing reality were different. The Stoics believe peace comes from aligning with nature, which means accepting that uncertainty and discomfort are inevitable parts of life. Instead of fighting every inconvenience, they train themselves to embrace it. Seneca wrote that difficulties strengthen the mind, as a labor does the body. To a Stoic, obstacles aren't interruptions. They're opportunities to practice virtue, patience, courage, resilience. When you stop demanding that life feel easy or predictable, you stop overanalyzing every challenge. You move from reaction to readiness. Stoic habit. Practice voluntary discomfort, an exercise the Stoics use to toughen the mind. Try taking a cold shower, fasting for a morning, or walking without your phone. Notice that discomfort isn't unbearable. It's temporary. The more you train your mind to accept small discomforts, the less you'll overthink larger ones. 7. Remember you will die, memento mori. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Marcus Aurelius. At first, the Stoic practice of memento mori, remember that you will die, sounds morbid. But for the Stoics, it was the ultimate antidote to overthinking. When you remember the brevity of life, trivial worries lose their grip. Petty concerns, imagined slights, or fears about the future fade in the face of mortality. What remains is focus, what truly matters right now. Memento mori isn't about fearing death. It's about using the awareness of death to sharpen life. It helps you stop overanalyzing every choice because you realize that perfection isn't the goal. Living fully is. Stoic habit. Each morning, remind yourself, I don't know how many days I have. Today, I will live with intention. This mindset brings instant clarity and peace. How Stoicism rewires the overthinking mind. Practicing Stoic habits regularly changes your relationship with thought itself. You begin to notice that thoughts are not commands, they're suggestions. You have the power to choose which ones to follow. Overthinking thrives in uncertainty and passivity. Stoicism counters both with clarity and action. Instead of spinning in mental circles, you learn to separate what you can control from what you can't. Step back and gain perspective. Live in the present moment, reframe irrational fears. Turn reflection into progress. Embrace discomfort. Keep life's brevity in view. Each of these habits works not by suppressing thought, but by directing it. The Stoics didn't aim for an empty mind, they aimed for a disciplined one. Practical daily routine for Stoic calm. To integrate these ideas, here's a simple daily routine inspired by Stoic masters. Morning, read or recall a Stoic quote. For example, the obstacle is the way. Write one line about what's within your control today. Visualize potential challenges and decide how a wise person would respond. Midday, take a short, view from above break when stress builds. Return to the present using your senses. Evening, journal for 5 minutes using Marcus Aurelius' method. What did I do well? What can I improve? Reflect on mortality, not to feel fear but gratitude. This simple rhythm trains the mind like a muscle, calm, strong, and focused. The Stoic way forward. Overthinking doesn't disappear overnight, but through consistent practice, you can train your mind to pause before spiraling. You'll start to notice the space between stimulus and response, the gap where true freedom lives. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The Stoics knew that happiness isn't about controlling the world, it's about mastering yourself. When you stop overthinking, you don't lose your depth or intelligence. You simply stop drowning in your own thoughts and start using them wisely. You think less, but better. So next time your mind starts racing, take a breath. Remember the 7 Stoic habits. 1. Focus on what you can control. 2. Gain perspective with the view from above. 3. Live in the present. 4. Reframe your judgments. 5. Journal for clarity. 6. Accept discomfort. 7. Remember mortality. Each one is a step toward peace, not by escaping thought, but by mastering it.